What the fuck? Well, it looks like I'm not having too much luck in the new pistol department. Back-to-back lemons. But there's only one thing that's worse than getting a lemon from a gun manufacturer, and that is getting horrible customer service after the fact. Now, you guys know that I recently got a TX22 from Taurus, and I had some issues with it. And I got to speak directly to their lead engineer, and I sent them a video of the problem occurring, which you guys got to see as well, and we ended up resolving the issue with a new spring, and problem solved. Was pretty seamless and easy. Now, with SIG, it could not have been more different. The customer service that I got from these guys was atrocious. I got an ignorant, horrible customer service representative named David Gringus, and David decided to tell me, after seeing the clip that I already displayed to you guys, and an even longer version at that, that was totally normal. That guns clicking twice just happens, and there's tightness and blah 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 blah. So I bought this gun, I took it to the range, and I noticed that it was having a false reset. I was getting 2 clicks. So I took it back, cleaned it thoroughly, then I shot 300 more rounds through it. I cleaned it again and shot another 100 rounds through it, so it had 400 rounds through it, plus it got cleaned a total of 3 times thoroughly, especially after I realized it was malfunctioning. And it continued to malfunction. That is not a new gun tightness problem. So I also tried to take the fire control unit out and put it into a different frame, and the problem persisted. I then took a different slide off another gun, put it on the same fire control unit in the P320 Xcompact frame, and the problem continued. And then I changed the frame and the slide and just kept the fire control unit, and the problem continued. So it was clearly an issue inside the fire control unit. And I explained all this to David. Now, after he decided that he couldn't keep telling me it was normal, he said that I need to send it in. But he said that I need to go to a dealer, give the gun to a dealer, then they will send it to SIG, and then SIG will send it back to a dealer, and I can go get it. Well, I responded to David and said, why don't you just send me a shipping label like every other gun company in the world does? But then David pulls an absurd, ridiculous, ignorant response and tells me that due to Massachusetts compliancy laws, it is illegal for him to send me the gun and for me to send it to him. Now, for you guys who don't know about some ridiculous laws Massachusetts has, this one is particularly ridiculous. This is a law for dealers only. It has nothing to do with what a Massachusetts resident is allowed to purchase, transfer, or own, or repair. It has nothing to do with the end user. It is only for dealer transfers. And what it is it's a list of guns that Massachusetts says are cool, and you have to go through some ridiculous process where they drop test the guns, and it's very political though, and companies who pass the legitimate part of the tests also get refused sometimes just based on political basis. So it's a very corrupt law in general. However, companies have opened dealers, and they would accidentally sell a non-mass compliant firearm to a person who was legally allowed to purchase it, but they weren't supposed to transfer it. So what ended up happening was they got fined like $5,000 per gun. So they learned pretty quick, we need to pay attention to this. However, the person got to keep the gun. It's not like the gun wasn't allowed to be purchased or wasn't allowed to be owned. It was simply the fact they weren't supposed to transfer it. So with that all out of the way, and with these ridiculous laws explained for all you guys who are actually free and don't have to deal with this bullshit, what David was going to do was he was going to refuse lawful service of a firearm that they sold me that's unsafe. And if I didn't know any better and I wasn't so into the hobby and into the gun laws, I wouldn't have known any better, and I wouldn't have told him he was full of shit, and that's the second lie he told me. Now he's making up laws. So then I asked to speak to a manager, and David responds with him contacting the manager for me and them giving me permission to send the gun in, which really meant he was wrong, and yes, I can obviously send in their defective firearm for service. So after getting through all of that hassle, I finally have the P320 Xcompact back, and it is in working order. It actually clicks once. Well, how amazing, how amazing. So, this video has been long enough already, so I'm not even going to go into the review of this gun. I will preface this. You will see that I have a different trigger shoe in there. That is because the one that it comes with is pretty much a modern torture device. So, was not a fan. And after the gun was fixed, I switched that out in short order. So, thanks for watching my P320 Xcompact debacle, and I will catch you guys next time.